Well, welcome back. Here with the hot travel destinations for 2015 is Al Ferguson, president of Legendary Journeys, the Suncoast's #1 travel network. You're wonderful.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, okay. Cuba. We have to start with Cuba. Today's the day. It just opens up. But tell us what that really means and what you're hearing. What do people need to do?
For viewers in the Suncoast, Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte County, this is probably the most important travel news, certainly in the last decade, maybe in the last 20 years.
Wow.
Cuba is estimated for our area, Florida in general, but our area, to be, after this announcement, the #1 travel destination in the Western Hemisphere.
Are they ready for it, though?
They are not ready for it, but money will now pour, investment will pour into Cuba to prepare. A lot of people think that nothing is going on in Cuba, but it has been for years. The Europeans go, the Canadians go, so there is a lot of international destinations, hotels, tourism, great restaurants, but it just really hasn't been very available for Americans.
For Americans, if I'm interested in going to Cuba, I really need to call someone like you, a travel agent, right? Because of the restrictions and other issues.
Yes, and I had been hearing for about the last 15 days that this announcement was coming. We were hearing some internal kind of gossip about it. But frankly, it caught all of us by surprise because we didn't realize that the changes were going to come as quickly as they came. And so while the changes are significant today, many of the restrictions are lifted. You must still go under a broad educational need. I think that that's just a transitional definition to say, well, we want to have some education in going to Cuba. But really that opens the door to, in a very short period of time, everyone will be able to go to Cuba at will.
And when you say education, does that mean that I just want to be educated on the culture? I can go, that could be a vacation.
That definition hasn't come, but that's what it will mean. It will mean that companies like us will organize trips to Cuba, and we'll do things that will go to a church, it'll go to a school, it might do a charity event, but you're going to get to see everything in Cuba. And the most important thing is now you can spend your money. Cuba becomes a whole different destination from the kinds of things that were happening before, because first and foremost, starting next week, you can use your American Express card in Cuba, or your Visa or MasterCard. So it's very safe in terms of how you spend your money in Cuba. You don't have to bring cash with you. You'll be able to use your passport, which you couldn't do before. They allowed you in, but they didn't stamp your passport because you couldn't come back into the United States without. Exactly. So it is a dramatic change.
Now, so great things happening in Cuba, but there are other places to go to. And I had a really good friend that just came off of one of these river cruises through Europe.
Absolutely.
This is really a big industry and a great destination, right?
I have been in the travel business for 30 years, and I have never seen what is happening in river cruising. I went to an event in the spring where one river company introduced 12 new ships in one weekend.
That's beautiful.
And you're seeing some things here. One of the reasons river cruising is so popular is because it works like a deluxe hotel. Your meals, in many instances, it's open bar. It takes you from port to port, but unlike a Caribbean cruise or a deep water, it's called blue water cruising on the big ships, this takes you right into the town of all of the sightseeing that you want to do. So it's like moving your Hilton hotel from Paris up the Seine, as you see here, going all the way to the Normandy beaches. Or perhaps in the Rhine Valley, which you're seeing here, where you're seeing the castles, or the Danube River going all the way to the Black Sea. There's 19 river choices in Europe where your luxury boat, your river cruise, acts as your hotel with your meals and your sightseeing and your alcohol.
How many people do these hold?
Most of the boats are approximately 90 cabins, 180 people.
It's very intimate.
Very intimate. It is a fantastic experience. We charter ships on basically all of the rivers in Europe. It is a wonderful, very, very hot destination to travel to.
Okay, yet another type of travel is around festivals, and there are lots of them coming up for pre-planning, right?
That's right. A lot, we have older travelers in the Suncoast, and varieties of events that you can travel to. And this one you see here is the Albuquerque Balloon Festival.
That's where I was born, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yes, and this is an amazing festival.
Event.
Yes.
This is called Illumination, and they do a mass ascension launch in the evening or in the morning. You can see both. More than 500 balloons launch at one time. They have one event at Albuquerque Balloon Festival called Special Shapes, where there's more than 100 balloons that launch. This is Oktoberfest in Munich. You can go to Munich, and by the way, you can combine a river cruise with the Munich Oktoberfest. There's lots of different kinds of festivals. The Rose Parade is a great event to go to. Lots of festivals that can make for a great vacation and a hot destination for 2015.
Well, Al, you have us all ready to go somewhere fun, I might add. Not work, but fun. We're ready to go somewhere fun. Now, if you want to get a hold of Al at Legendary Journeys, you can go to lj.travel, correct?
That's right.
And he is truly the #1 vacation specialist, so we hope that you will check him out. And thank you so much for being here.
Great ideas.
Thank you, and all of you plan to go to Cuba.
Yes.
We're going with you.
For educational purposes.
It'll be an educational trip.
Of course
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll hit
all the museums.
Thanks so much, Al. Well, when we come back, we're going to be playing one of our favorite games. Hope you'll stay with us.